Hey everybody, 6:31 here in the Midwest, 7:30 down in Florida where you guys are.
Yep.
Where else would you want to be but Paranormal Among Us? Thank you guys for tuning in. Natalie, good evening to you, young lady. How are you doing today?
Hello. Fantastic, sir. How are you doing this fine day?
Oh, I'm so wonderful. So wonderful. So glad to be off work today and be on the show chatting with everybody here tonight. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. After today, after all the weird stuff, I don't know about you, but my work day was, just a hot turd on a white carpet. That's what it was. Hmm.
A hot turd
A
on a
hot
white
turd
carpet.
on a white carpet
Hot
is exactly how
turd
my day was.
on a white carpet.
Glad
Not
to be
a
done.
not a yellow carpet, a white
Nope.
carpet.
A white one.
Okay, I'm gonna write that
Yep.
down, I think.
Write that. Add that to your list,
Add that.
please, of
Oh,
weird
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have
yeah.
to
Add
explain my
that.
list when Maria comes on, so I'll have to
Yeah, we'll have to
explain that
explain the
list.
list. The list is
Does she know
pretty
Greg?
cool.
Does she know Greg Ogles?
I don't know. I don't know if she
Okay.
knows Greg, but we'll have to ask her.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if she'd be better off not or
I think she's going to be better off not knowing him.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, I can
he's
understand
a
that.
little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bless his heart.
But
Okay.
anyway, we all love him
Anywho,
though. He's
yeah,
an awesome dude. He's an
yeah.
awesome dude. Anyway, again, welcome to. Did I say Saturday night?
I don't know.
I don't know if I said
I
Saturday.
don't know.
I
But
don't
here
know.
we are
Here
Tuesday.
we are on Tuesday night. It's not Saturday night yet. But we have a couple kind of a special announcements. I don't know about if yours is going to be a special announcement because it's been announced for a while now. And this week, this Thursday, am I correct? This
Yeah, this
Thursday,
Thursday.
you guys are kicking off your new show, Four
Yep.
Blondes, One Mystery at a Time, right?
Yep, absolutely. We're going to be talking about all things paranormal and cryptid. And there's going to be the four of us myself, Marianne, Krista, and Brandi. And we are going to be talking about all the stuff that's weird and that goes bump in the night.
Awesome, awesome. So that's going to
Yeah.
be 6 o'clock. No, 7 or 6.
It's seven. It's seven. Well, seven my time.
7 your time. So 6 to 7 Central Time on Thursday, and then
Yeah.
you'll have the blondes coming on at 8 on Thursday. So
Yes.
yeah. So make sure you have your
Yeah.
and I think I have the link in the show notes. If somebody could one of the mods, if somebody could drop the link in chat.
Yes, please. Thank you.
I did not come prepared. It's in my show
Oh.
notes. So it is what it is.
Yeah. And what's your
I,
announcement?
my announcement is kind of I don't know if it's a big one, but kind of an interesting one.
Okay.
So we're doing shows on Saturdays and Tuesdays.
Hmm.
I'm going to move my Saturday show to Wednesdays at 8:30. So from 8:30 to 10
Okay.
o'clock on Wednesday nights, you will see Paranormal Among Us. So we're going to do back-to-back nights.
Hmm.
I was talking with Krista, and she's been investigating a lot. She's got she's doing all kinds of stuff, so she's been absent on Saturday nights. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, if I can free up on Saturdays, I could do investigations. I can go in the woods, and everything will be fine. I won't have to worry about canceling on guests or moving them or anything like that. So we're going to move everything to Wednesday night at 10 or at 8:30, from 8:30 to
Hmm.
10. Now I got to remember this. So next Wednesday,
Good
there's no
Lord.
show this Saturday. Next Wednesday, we'll be on at 8:30. So I got to remember this. So I'm not,
Yeah.
or going to bed at 8:30. So, because I tend to do. I have any post-it notes to remind myself. Oh wait, what did I do with them?
Where are your pink post-it notes?
I don't know. Here it is. I got these. Anyway,
Okay. All right. Anyway, getting back.
getting back to the task at hand, and before we go any further, I want to put this up there. Thank you, Kitty Cattywhack, for
Thank
the
you.
$1.99 super sticker. Appreciate you very, very much for doing that. Guys, we have a fantastic show.
We have a fantastic guest tonight, a personal friend of mine who I spent the whole weekend with. And she is a part of the Mid Florida Bigfoot Research Group. Make sure you follow that and follow her, Marie Dumont. There she is. Let's add
There
her.
she is.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Marie. How you doing?
Hello. Fine. How are you all?
Oh, fantastic.
Good.
Thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with us over here. So we certainly do appreciate it.
Mhm. Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I'm not going to hold it against you that you're a friend of Natalie. So, I mean, it
We harass each other.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
We're like little kids
Yeah.
that have a podcast.
I'm not touching you.
No, the other way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us again, and tell us a little bit about you for some of the viewers that might not know who you are, because you're new to the group, Island Misfit Toys. That's the podcast group that we have here. So tell us a little bit about you before we get moving on here.
I'm about to tell you about myself.
Yep. All about you and how
Okay.
and what you do.
My name is Marie Dumont. Yeah. Yes. I am the founder of the Mid-Florida Bigfoot Research Group and research team. And I have over 10,000 subscribers, members of my Facebook group. And what's really nice about that is probably 70% of those are Floridians, which is really good. Because, Bigfoot is in Florida, it's very taboo. Nobody talks about it. Everybody's afraid of getting ridiculed. It's not like Washington where, you're just talking to somebody and they're like, oh, yeah, I saw one yesterday. My mom saw one 2 days ago. My brother saw one last week. There it's like normal talk. Here it's not. So I just try to provide a safe place for people, Floridians or whoever, that can tell their stories, their experiences, and see each other's research. So that's the point of my group, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm also on YouTube. I have a channel there where you can see little research videos, and on Instagram, and I also have a website, midfloridabigfoot.com. So
there's your Facebook, and there Jenny will be dropping the links to all your platforms throughout the night. So make sure you head on over there and subscribe, like the Facebook page, follow the Instagram. You follow Instagram, right? I don't remember what you do on Instagram.
Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Click and follow, whatever.
Make sure you bookmark it. Make sure you go over there and check them out.
Yes, absolutely. So, Marie, you and the team go out almost every weekend, correct?
Every weekend. I've had my group for about 6.5 years. And, when I started Bigfoot research, I knew nothing. I had never even went out in the woods before, not even really walked in a park. And, but it all started out. I've been a paranormal investigator for over 30 years.
Really?
And it started out with ghost hunting, and then it evolved into aliens and UFOs. And then about 7 years ago, I started to get interested in Bigfoot because I had some friends who were into it. And so we went with some friends of ours, people who are also into Bigfoot. We were doing a one-night camp out in the Ocala National Forest. Coldest night of the year. It was like January or something like that, February. And 1:30 in the morning, heard a loud, long, lengthy vocalization that just took incredible lung capacity. It just went on and on and on. Just one. But it was unbelievable. We all just looked at each other like, oh my God. And I was like, that's when it hit me. I'm like, oh my God, they do exist, And I'm like, you know what? I want to be the one that proves that they exist in our state. So that's when I started my group. And but that's why. because of that
So-
vocalization I heard in Ocala. Just one, and it wasn't that far away. It was maybe a half a mile away, maybe a mile tops.
I mean,
So.
that makes complete sense. What made you steer away from paranormal to Bigfoot?
I'm still into it. I still go ghost hunting. I still, if I get the opportunity to go ghost hunting, absolutely. I love it. Absolutely love it. Sky watches, night sky watches with my friends. We still do that on the weekends typically, and then during the day or, on the weekends, I go out in the woods and swamps. So I do it all.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So I have to bring up this one story that you told me about 2 times in the woods you came across crisscross tree structures, and I will let you tell the story. Good.
Okay, so this was a really weird thing that happened several years ago, and it happened in the Green Swamp. It happened 2 different occasions. So I'm out doing research for my team, and I've got my phone in my pocket. My phone is password protected. You can't dial a number if you even tried, right? So I find a X structure in the woods. And so I walk up to the X structure. I hear a voice. Hello, hello, hello. And I'm like, what's going on? I pull out my phone. It's an ex-boyfriend called me. My phone called my ex-boyfriend when I was walking up to an X structure. That happened twice. 2 different ex-boyfriends, 2 different X structures, 2 different times. It's the craziest thing.
But yeah, you said that one of the boyfriends, you didn't even have his number in your phone. Is that correct?
No. Yeah, it was not even saved. His phone number was not even saved in my phone. He's like, you called me. And I'm like, no, I didn't call you. He's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, no, I didn't. It was just like, how does that happen? I don't know. Twice it happened. 2 different X structures, 2 different ex-boyfriends, 2 different times.
It's incredible.
Either stay away from X's or the X structure.
Right? Only me. Oh, that would only happen to me, right?
Right.
Oh my God. So cool. And you have a lot of prints that you have come across. Some prints in the woods that I've seen you have them on display, which are incredible. So tell us about a couple of your experiences in the woods getting these prints.
With the cat finding footprints or what?
Yeah, finding footprints and how you and the
so
whole thing.
Yeah. So probably the biggest find was February of 2024. My team and I went to Jennings State Forest, which is outside of Jacksonville, Florida. And we were meeting another researcher out there for a long weekend. And so we got there on a Friday. It had lightly rained. And in the evening, we met some people there, and they were like, hey, do you want to go out in the woods? We'll take you out. Because a lot of the state forests in Florida, you're not allowed to leave your campsite.
Mm.
So even though you're camping in the woods, you can't leave your campsite to go anywhere. So what happened was, so they took us out to this spot, and it had a forest road. So it was a road, and then there was a forest road going off, to the right and to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So they dropped us off there. And so there we are with our flashlights. We're just standing there looking around, talking. And I looked over to the right, and that trail was really boring. It was like too open, too light.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked to the left. That trail was creepy, dark, canopy trees. It's exactly where I like to go. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the creepy side. So I start walking. I got my little flashlight. I'm just like looking on the ground because the road is made out, it's sugar sand, which is almost like a beach sand.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm walking along, and I'm like, that looks like a footprint, but it's sugar sand, so it's very hard. I'm like, okay, if this is a footprint, where's the next one? Oh, the next one's way over here. Okay. So then I go a little further, and I find another one. I'm like, okay, these are footprints. And I called my team over, and I said, tell me what you think what does this look like to you? And they were like, this looks like prints. So what I ended up finding was a 1/4-mile trackway of footprints.
Wow.
That went straight down that forest road, and it ended at a creek, a very deep creek. And we couldn't go any further. It had very tall sides. It was just, I couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. It probably just jumped over the creek or something.
Right.
Sure, it just continued on, but that's as far as we could go. And so they were 16 inches long, 6 inches wide, with the 54-inch stride between each.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's big. 54 inches.
That's massive.
So humans, normal stride is like 2.5 feet is all the stride is on a human if you're a human's walking. But that was 54 inches. That's over 4 feet.
Holy shit.
So that's like what, 4.5 feet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Between each step. So we did everything. We took pictures, we measured, we videoed, we took 3D scans, we casted them. So we could only we picked 2 to cast, and we picked the best ones that we could get. So the cast came out really crappy because you can't see the toes, but the pictures, you can see the toes. They have like really big toes. And so then we had to go back the next morning, in daylight, so we could look, further, look and see more detail and all that stuff. But anyway, that night, so, we Ruby marked them with sticks. We went back to our campsite. We go to bed. So Ruby and I are car camping, and she's in her car. I'm in the back of my car. I had a brand new Subaru Crosstrek, little itty bitty thing. But our cars were about 15 feet away from each other. And Mike and Chris and Mike's son were at the next campsite, and they were in tents. So here I am. I'm in my car trying to sleep. I can't sleep. So I'm just laying there. It's pitch dark. I have shades on my windows. And something big and bipedal started walking alongside my car, back and forth, back and forth. It was just like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm like, okay, is that ruby? There's no way that's ruby. That's too heavy.
Wow.
It's too, big steps, right? And so I was just like, what is this? And then it pushed my car. It pushed the back of the car right where I was at. It just, and I was like, whoa. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So
what were you, what was going,
after he pushed it, he left.
What was going through your mind when you heard and saw that going right by you?
Like, oh my God. That was crazy.
Well, I wasn't scared. I was not scared at all. I was just trying to, because I'm typically very skeptical. Mm-hmm. So I'm like I'm trying to figure out some other, what else could it be, right? I already had suspicion what it was.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to, okay, is that Ruby? Could that have been somebody else? No, it could not have been anybody else. So it left my car. And then the next morning, I get up, I go down to where Chris and Mike and them are at their campsite. And Mike and his son come out of their tent and they're like, oh my God, we didn't sleep at all. There was something big and bipedal walking around our tent. And I'm like, yes. So it must have probably walked my car, pushed my car, and then it went over to their area and walked around their tents. So This all happened within, 6 hours, 5 hours of each other. I found the prints, the trackway, and had the experience with my car, me and my car being pushed. Now, my car was unlocked, so it could have opened the door. It didn't. But I was like, okay, is he doing this because I'm the one who found the prints? Maybe he saw me out there when I found the prints. Mm-hmm. And why did he push my car? Right? He knew I was in there and he purposely pushed it.
Did anything happen to Ruby? Did she wake up or anything like that? Or
I'm guessing no, she had taken some sleep meds, so she was out. So she was like really upset. She's like, dang it. But
that would be my luck.
She probably missed out on her experience because.
Wow. That would be my luck. I would completely miss the whole thing.
Miss the whole thing. Yeah. So she was upset. And Chris, he sleeps like a rock. He snores. So he was too busy snoring to be able to hear anything outside his tent, right?
Wow.
Right.
And, which was pretty funny. So
maybe it was the snoring that made the Bigfoot come along.
Could be.
Yeah, he probably kept away from his tent. Right. He's like, I'm leaving this guy alone. There's something wrong with him.
That guy's got some kind of saw in there. Let's keep it. Let's stay away from that guy.
Oh God.
So after about, I don't know, I was kind of like, should I report this to the BFRO or not? The Bigfoot Research Organization. Mm-hmm. I was like, should I? Shouldn't I? So I decided to do that. So I filed a report, and they assigned a investigator to talk to me because there's a BFRO investigator that lives right outside of that forest in Jacksonville. So Dr. Bob, he came out. We talked on the phone. I gave him the GPS coordinates. I gave him everything that I had. And he actually measured from where the prints were to the creek. It was exactly a quarter mile.
Wow.
So our guess was correct. Quarter mile trackway of prints. So then when he's done with the report, he submits it to Matt Moneymaker, and he's the head of the BFRO. And Matt Moneymaker, he posted it on Facebook. He posted my report. The thing is, I didn't know anything about Jennings before I went there. I didn't research the place. I was like, camping in the woods? Yeah, let's go. But Matt Moneymaker knows about that place. And what's really cool is he said that is what that forest is known for. There is a Bigfoot that likes to walk around the campgrounds and harass campers. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what happened to me.
Going back there.
Weekend. I was so excited. I was like, yay.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
Yep. So this is, every year now, we're going to go that exact same weekend to relive it, right? To hopefully have another experience or whatever. So anyway.
That is so cool. I mean, to not know about it and then to get validation from Matt Moneymaker online on social media, that's got to be beyond epic.
Yes.
Epic. God,
and he actually gave me a compliment, which was even stranger, which was really nice.
Wow, that's huge.
He said that we did a great job of documenting it. So. Yeah.
Wow.
That is so awesome.
So that was good.
Yeah,
that
congrats on that. That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you go out, just about every weekend or whatever, do you go to the same place? Do you mix it up a little bit in different locations in Florida? Where all do you go?
Yeah, well, we've been going out in the woods. We are out every weekend, and we have been for the past 6.5 years. So it's whether, it's just one team member going out, or we all go out, or two of us go out, or whatever. There is someone on my team that's always out in the swamps or woods every single weekend. And we have been for 6.5 years. That's a lot of time. And so we typically, unless we're going somewhere special, we hit several places. We like to go to places outside of Tampa. We like to go to places like in the Green Swamp. Lots of places there. Cold Creek State Park, Hernando County. You've got Choskowitska, I think is what it's called. There's just a lot of areas. But we've been all over the state. We've been to the Everglades, like, with Natalie. I've been up north around the Panhandle, Jacksonville. We've been to the St. Johns River. We just go wherever, sometimes we'll do a special trip somewhere. Most of the time, though, we're just making our rounds. It's like, hey, we haven't been to Cold Creek for a while. Let's go there. Or, hey, we haven't been to our gifting spot. We need to go check on that. So we just kind of like make our rounds typically. And then we go looking for new areas. I mean, that's what Bob and I did last weekend. We went into another area of the Green Swamp called Richland and drove around. And I wanted him to see the area because it's really nice. Out, you don't want to really go out. You don't want to go hiking necessarily because it's so freaking hot.
Yeah.
So then that's when we kind of do our scouting, where we drive around. We look for new trails, new roads, and stuff like that. So, but it's, this weekend we're supposed to have a little bit of a cool front. So the weather's starting to change, thank goodness. So we can do more camping trips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
it's not going to be like the 3 inches from the sun, death heat.
Right.
God. And as it gets colder, the mosquitoes will go away too. So that'll be a plus for you guys down there, and especially in the swamp.
Yeah, and so over the
Yes.
weekend, and we were talking,
Yes.
Marie and I, and a group of us went to the Everglades into Big Cypress National Forest for a little camping adventure and alligator wrestling event, and the mosquitoes were dreadful. They were stinging us through our jeans. It was crazy. So Florida is a totally different animal than going, squatching in the Smoky Mountains or in the Pacific Northwest or anywhere else because it is hot, it's humid, and there's bugs and alligators and pythons and all kinds of stuff. So, Marie, the question I have for you is what has been the most treacherous skunk ape or Bigfooting adventure that you've been on where you've had these Florida elements? Like, can you explain one of your stories? Because I know it's hot as hell down here.
Yeah, it's unfortunately this time of year in the Everglades, it's still wet. It's still the wet season. There's still like 1.5 feet, 2 feet of water everywhere. So, that's mosquito heaven, right? So they're very vicious mosquitoes. They're very teeny tiny. Oh my gosh. They're like little daggers flying around. They just, like Natalie had said, they bite you through your clothes. They bite you through your jeans. They bite you through your clothes. So you can't even it's hot. You can't wear enough clothes to keep the mosquitoes off of you. And then you're sweating to death. It's hot. So it's like you've got so many elements going on there. Then when you're going out skunk ape, doing research, looking for a skunk ape, you gotta watch out also for poisonous snakes, poisonous spiders, Florida panthers, pythons, there's bears, there's hogs, there's everything out there is out there to kill you. So
sounds fun. Sign me up for that.
Very challenging. I know. Hey, next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's drag him down next year and then have him.
You can join us next year.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm up for it. Let's go.
Okay.
My life insurance is paid up, so sure, why not?
Did you see, Natalie, the people that were behind us? They had plastic dragonflies clipped onto their hats. Yeah. Did you see that?
I saw that. So they had these
allegedly.
I don't even know what they were. It was like a hat with a dragonfly.
Little dragonflies were sticking up.
And they were bobbing up and down, and it was almost like to keep the mosquitoes away. I never asked them if they even worked. I don't even know. Because whenever I saw a swarm of
did.
These,
because dragon.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because dragonflies allegedly eat mosquitoes. I never knew that, but I guess they do. So that's why they were wearing plastic dragonflies off their hats. And I asked them, I said, well, how did they work? And they're like, yeah, it kind of worked. Not so bad. Now, I have seen those dragonflies before. The ones that I've seen move around. They're like battery powered. So they look like they're flying. You clip them on your hat and they just kind of like fly around, which is really cool. But I'm interested now. Yeah. Heck, if it'll help, I'm all about that.
You and me both, because during the day when I saw
it was fun. It was a good group.
Yeah, when I saw all those dragonflies flying around, I would go stand in the middle of them, and I knew I wasn't going to get bit up by mosquitoes because I was surrounded by dragonflies. And I was like, okay, I feel good right now. I just needed a little break.
You just need to raise dragonflies, and then you can just take them with you whenever you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, thank God I'm safe right now. And I'm like, okay, got to go back out. And I would be like, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was funny to see them doing that. But we had we had a good hike. I picked this trail that was a dry trail to walk on, which is extremely rare. But it was a horrible drive to get there. It was a 45-minute drive.
I heard about
that. Was nothing but, it was a ungraded, very rough road that had like potholes and ruts in it. Oh my gosh, it was so bad.
Like
but the trail itself was very nice.
Yeah, the trail was beautiful. That road was horrific. I needed ibuprofen afterwards. I was like, my back, my neck.
Wow.
It was horrible. But the trail was fantastic.
I know everybody had to get their cars aligned for that one.
Right? Oh, I know.
Wow.
But that was so much fun. I had such a great weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
now you saw something out there. Tell us about what you saw, Natalie.
What did you see,
so okay, Josh.
Let Natalie tell you what
let me tell you. So Josh, Adia, and I are walking down the path. We're ahead of everybody, and it's starting to get dusk. And I'm looking up ahead, and I thought I saw something, and I'm going. And you know how you see something for a split second, and you're like, wait a minute, did I just see that? I'm like, I don't know, and I was not trying. And then Josh goes, did you just see that? I'm like, you saw that too. And what I saw was a Native American in a full headdress and the full garb standing there for a split second. And I'm going, and he saw it too, the same exact thing. And I'm like, there's something down there, let's go. So we get to that area, and now this is a heavily wooded area with palms and swamp and trees and everything. Once we get to that area, it's a big area of no trees. It's almost like a patch of just grass. And then beyond that patch of grass was some shrubs and then the swamp. And I'm like, there's something here. There's something here. I can feel it. And Josh goes, there's definitely something here. So I'm like, I'm going to do a session. And I'm like, okay. I said, if there's anybody here, and I close my eyes, and I'm like, I welcome you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just giving the whole spiel, like we come respectfully and mindfully, and we're just here to observe. And I closed my eyes, and I had this vision of these Native Americans standing in the swamp, staring at us like, who are you? What do you want? And one of them was this beautiful female, this woman, Native American, gorgeous. Then there's the chief, and then you could see that there's warriors around. So she had to be somebody of significance. And so they're looking, and they just backed off. They didn't want to talk to me at all. So the kids were there, and I'm like, kids, say hello, tell them we're going to be respectful, and we're going to, we're not going to do anything. And that's what all the kids were so good. Oh my gosh. They were like, hello, we're being respectful. Thank you. Everything. Immediately after they said that, a cold chill went through me, a cold chill went through Josh, and a cold chill went through Mike.
Wow. It
was like boom, boom, boom. And Mike goes, whoa, I just got a cold chill. I said, that was them moving through us going, you're good. We're good now. I said, it just took the kids to say hello and to make contact with them, to be like, we're good. So it was such a phenomenal experience. And then after that, Mike and I heard vocalizations in the distance, and he started making sounds and whoops and hollers, and every time, same area, we were getting a different sound back, almost trying to like, hey, it's not a whoop, then all of a sudden it is a whoop, and then I'm an owl, and then it was just different sounds from the exact same area. It was really cool.
So as far as the Indian tribe that you guys saw, Marie, is that something that's pretty common down there too, to see stuff like that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the, Everglades is the land of the Seminoles and the Miccosukee Indians. Now, on that same trail, the first time I ever went to the Everglades, I went on that trail, and I got an EVP on that trail. So there has been paranormal activity there for sure. So I'm not surprised that that they encounter what they did, because it's all the land of the Seminoles and the Miccosukee. So yeah. That's, no one else was brave enough to ever live out there. They were. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, it was a really incredible experience to see and to witness, and then to feel them, because it wasn't just me they moved through. Josh felt it, and then Mike felt it, and Mike was like, what? Like, what's going on right now? I just got a cold chill, and it's hot, it's humid. You're not going to get a cold chill in there. There's no way. And he felt it, which was really a cool experience. Wow, really cool.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, not really expect to see that, and then kind of stumble upon that, and it's it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, have you witnessed many Bigfoots in some of your research that you've done, Marie?
I'm sorry, you were cut out. Can you repeat?
Have you? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Have you witnessed seeing any Class A sightings of a Bigfoot or a skunk ape in your encounters, in your exploring and investigations?
I have not had a face-to-face encounter. I have not seen one. I have seen a big black shadow figure over in Odessa, Florida, when I was at a friend's house doing a night sky watch. She has like a little swamp behind her house, and there is a park across the street from her, very dense park. And we were doing a sky watch looking for UFOs, and it was probably like 2 a.m, 1 a.m. I got kind of bored, and I turned in my chair and faced the trees. I'm just staring at the trees, and out of nowhere, this big black figure appears, walk, disappears. He was probably at least 7 feet tall. It was big and black. It looked like, I would say it looked like a Bigfoot. And it reminded me of, on Expedition Bigfoot, the time when Maria and Ronnie LeBlanc saw a shadow figure walk across the creek that they were looking at, and they captured on film. And I'm like, that's what I saw, but mine was darker and larger. So it only walked maybe, I don't know, 30 feet, 30, 40 feet. So it appeared, walk, disappeared. So that was pretty cool. I've heard vocalizations, absolutely 100%. In July, I went to the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State and Oregon. And our last night in Washington State in the Olympic Peninsula, I was woken up around 1 a.m. hearing vocalizations, and which was absolutely the most amazing experience.
Yeah,
that's one of the most amazing things I've ever had happen, because I wake up and it's quiet. It's that area at the Olympic Peninsula, because it's like a rainforest, right? I didn't know this till after the fact, that where I was at is one of the quietest places in the entire United States. It's that quiet. You can hear your heartbeat. It's that quiet. Not a bug, not a leaf falling, not a drip of water. There's nothing. So we were out in Oregon and Washington for a week, and the Olympic Peninsula was the last 2 days. So the last night, again, I'm woken up by something, and I'm like, oh crap, what woke me up? And I start hearing them. whoa. I was like, oh my God. So I'm laying there, Bob's sleeping, and I hear 5 of them.
Wow.
5 of them. And they were like the same individual. You could tell by the vocal tone. It was the same individual. It was just calling out, calling out.
So they were communicating with each other.
I woke up Bob, and I'm like, that's just one. So I wake up Bob. He wakes up, and I'm like, listen. And so we're both laying there. And then, so I heard 5 before I even woke him up. After those 5, they came from everywhere. All different tones, all different vocalizations, all kind of calls. There was whoops and hoops and yells and hollers. And oh my God. The most amazing one was a loud, long cooing sound. It was like, ooh. That was the closest one to us. That one sounded like it was by the river. But they were coming from the east side of the road, the highway, the west side of the highway, all over the place. I heard about 12 of them.
Oh, my gosh.
It all stopped. It all stopped when a bunch of logging trucks went screaming down the highway at 2:05 a.m. Everything stopped. I listened to those things for 40 minutes. I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. So remember, I said I heard 5 initially. What it reminded me of was the leader calling out, hey, where you guys at?
Yeah.
Like, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? And then after those 5, they just came from everywhere.
Wow.
Everywhere.
Gosh.
It was badass. It was just the most amazing thing ever to hear.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
What a way to end the trip.
No kidding. And you know, this kind of happened to me a couple weeks ago when we were at we were on our way back from the conference, and we heard some wood knocks and stuff in the woods and found that print. And I have thought of nothing else besides getting in the woods, and getting ready to buy a tent and everything. And I'm all 110% in on this. So yeah. Next year I'll be down in the Everglades with you guys.
I was trying to convert him to come over to the dark side, to look at, let's go look for Bigfoot. And he's like, no, I'm paranormal, and no, you're crazy for going and get. And then all of a sudden, we find this 19.5-inch print, and all the wood knocks and the vocalizations and the orbs were all happening all night and all morning, and we had multiple witnesses of it. And we find that print, and he's been like, I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, come on over the dark side, baby.
It's like she said, I had never. And like you said in the beginning, I'm paranormal and UFO, and that's what I've kind of always dealt with and always learned more about. And now this door just got kicked wide open. And I'm like, okay, where do we go next? I mean, let's do this again. So
yeah, once you have one, you need more. You keep like, I got to keep going out. Yeah.
Go ahead, Marie. Yeah, and I'm a Bigfoot researcher, like I said, and I'm not looking, when I'm out in the woods and swamps, I am not looking for paranormal activity. Okay. I'm out there looking for Bigfoot, right? Skunk apes or whatever. But there are times when paranormal stuff happens while you're out there doing research. And anybody who says that, no, I never had paranormal activity, they're lying, because we're not trying. And weird things do happen. I have seen 2 I've had 2 experiences with orbs 2 nights in a row in the same wildlife management area, but in 2 different spots. I had 2 different orb experiences. I have captured EVPs before. You know, what's really interesting to me is in all 3 of those, ghost hunting, aliens and UFOs, and Bigfoot hunting, orbs are common in all 3 of those.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
EVPs you get with all 3 of those, right? So is there some kind of tie, some kind of, I don't know. I really don't know, but they do have common elements between all 3 of them, which is really intriguing to me.
So I mean, you kind of just
but we're not
answered my
looking
question.
for, we're not woo-woo.
Right. You kind of just answered my question that I was going to ask you. Do you think they're all connected? But do you what do you think the orbs are? You know, some people I've heard say that, you know, there could be Bigfoot manifesting. It could be, you know, aliens or whatever. What do you think those orbs possibly could be out there in the woods?
I don't know. Maybe it's just an easier way for them to travel. I don't know. I mean, I had an amazing experience with an orb when I was out down around Lake Okeechobee in Florida a couple of years ago. And I was out with my team, and we were in this really, let me think a second. We were at one of the campgrounds. There's several campgrounds. There's group campgrounds, there's day use campgrounds, there's family campgrounds. So we were at one of the campgrounds, and there was a pavilion. So we're all sitting underneath the pavilion. We all have our night vision, thermal cameras, and all that stuff. And we're just sitting out there. We're pointed in different directions and just watching to see if anything happens. And we also put out, I think, a little bit of food, just a little bit of bait, just to see what would happen. And so I had a thermal monocular, and I can't look through it too long. You know, I'll scan the tree line with it. I'm looking for heat signatures, but it really dilates my eye. So I can only use it for a very short period of time, and then I put it down and let my eye rest. So I'm sitting there at the pavilion, and I'm just staring at the trees. And I'm looking at the tallest tree there. I'm just looking at it. For some reason, I don't know. I'm looking right at it. All of a sudden, this huge boom, this gigantic orb, bigger than a basketball, just explodes right in front of the canopy of the tree that I'm looking at. It did it exactly where I was looking.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, what the heck was that? This huge, it just lit up the whole canopy of this tree. Like I said, it was bigger than a basketball. And then so my friends are like, what'd you see? What'd you see? I said, turn around, look. So it started moving. But when it started moving, it changed from being this big down to the size of like a softball, a little bit bigger than a softball. It started moving past the other trees, and it's just like pulsating, and it's moving, it's pulsating. So one of my team members, Bettina, was next to me, and we're watching this, and it starts to go behind some bushes. I'm like, okay, it's going to come out on the other side of the bushes. You know, let's watch. Remember, I said it was that big at the time. And I'm going to say this right now. There were no fireflies out there that night. So we're watching the bush. What comes out on the other side of the bush? This teeny, teeny, tiny green light comes out from behind the bush. So it changed
Wow.
to this teeny little green thing. Comes around the bush and it comes right at me. Right towards me. And I'm talking to him like, oh, look how cute. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. It's coming right at me. What the heck? Never had this happen before. So it just comes right to me. It stops about 2-3 feet in front of me. Then it turns slightly and it goes right to my right shoulder, disappears, gone.
Wow.
So it went from this gigantic orb, bigger than a basketball, to a softball. It's white. It was LED bright white, whiter than white. So it went from that size down to that size down to microscopic, little teeny tiny green light that came right to me.
Wow.
And then poof, disappeared.
So the orbs that we saw, Natalie, and
then about half hour after that, I heard a big tree.
Oh, what?
Oh,
You heard a tree knock? Afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, about 30 minutes afterwards, it sounded like a baseball bat cracking, like a broken baseball bat. Just wham! It was just craziness. I don't know.
Okay, so the orbs that we saw, Natalie, they were LED white almost.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I mean, they were quite a ways away, so they were really small, at least to what we saw. And then after that, we heard the howling and knocks.
Yeah, because across the way is an old graveyard on a hill, and it's starting to erode. So nobody can really go up there. And then that's when we were seeing the orbs. And then all of a sudden the knocks started and then the vocalizations, and it just didn't stop. It kept going and going and going and going. And then the next morning is when we found that print.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Orbs are so cool.
Yeah. So Marie, when the orb was getting close to you, did you smell or did you feel anything different come from that?
I'm sorry, you got cut out. What is it?
When you saw the orb, did you have any did you have any overwhelming feelings of it was good or bad, or did you smell anything or have any kind of other experience?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. I was, whenever I experience stuff, nothing scares me. Nothing really scares me. Everything intrigues me. I'm fascinated by it all. So I'm just like, oh, wow, that's cool. Oh, look at this. Look at this little thing coming towards me. Look at this little light, this little orb coming at me. I'm just like, oh, wow. I have a very childlike, wonder about things.
Uh-huh.
So nothing freaks me out. I didn't feel anything bad about it. I loved it. Mm-hmm. I would love to have that experience again.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I wasn't scared. I wasn't threatened. I didn't get a bad feeling from it. And so.
See, I would have tried to reach out to touch it.
It's good. It's all good. Love every moment.
Yeah. To Paul's point, I would want to reach out and touch it.
At the time I'm just watching to see what it's going to do. Because that's when I was like talking to it. I'm like, oh, how cute. Wait a minute, it's coming right at me. So I'm just waiting to see what it's going to do. I didn't want to mess up by trying to reach out and touch it. I wanted to see what it would do. So I just let it. I just okay, where are you going to go? Where are you going? Where are you headed to?
Yeah.
He's heading towards me. And, but he went right to my shoulder. Boop, disappeared. That was it.
It was almost like, hey, I like you. You're kind of cool. That's really cool. Yeah.
You don't hear many stories of orbs coming that close to people. That was a awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
It is such a cool.
Yes.
yeah. So
What were you gonna ask?
I don't know what I was going to ask.
Okay.
I don't know.
So Marie, let me ask you this: Where, bless his heart. Anyway,
I do that a lot.
where in the world would you want to go, like that you have not been, that you're like, I've got to go, and this is why?
I would want to go back to the Olympic Peninsula
Hmm.
because there's so much Sasquatch activity. There's just so much there. It's just like, as a researcher, that's the kind of place you want to hang out at. If I had, if I was a millionaire, I would have a summer home there, because you experience that and you're like, oh my God, these people encounter this stuff all the time. Oh my gosh. It's just like an amazing place. But I would also like to go to Land Between the Lakes. I really want to go there.
Yeah.
So
That one,
I'm not into Dogman, but it's still, there's paranormal stuff, there's Bigfoot stuff, there's all kinds of things. I'd like to go there to see what I experience.
Yeah. Yep.
LBL is definitely on my bucket list. I mean, that's not terribly far from where I am in St. Louis here, so that's not terribly far. But out in Washington, I don't know if you know the name Barb Hartman, but she has a clan of Squatch right around her house, and she's always posting stuff on her Ring cameras and stuff from her home, all kinds of activity. So yeah, that's definitely a place that I'd want to go too. So
Me too.
and it seems like she does nothing to get these creatures to come to her. What do you think of gifting?
I said they're open to
Yeah. Oh, she's freezing.
Uh-oh. Did we lose her? There you are.
There she is.
very open. It's like
I think we lost her.
Yeah.
normal for people to talk about where's the watch?
Yeah, Marie, I think we lost you for a bit.
They take care of their water. There's no in the Olympic Peninsula because they don't want the sewage to go into their water and destroy their water, because that habitat there's it's a birthing breeding ground for octopus.
Oh.
And it's also has a lot of oysters and whales and stuff, but it's an octopus breeding area. So they keep their water pristine. So like I said, there's no indoor plumbing. Every house, every restaurant, every store has a porta potty behind it. And they don't allow their water to get messed up. And the salmon, don't forget the salmon there. So they don't allow their water to get contaminated or polluted in any way. Right. And it's gorgeous. It really is. And that's what I really like about that area, because they really take care of their area.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their resources, right? Their beautiful forests and the water. The water is beautiful, crystal clear.
Yeah, I can't wait to get up there and do some exploring, because I've never been up there. That's one place I'd love to go.
So, Marie, what do you think of gifting these creatures? I mean, do you do it? Do you not do it? What's your opinion on gifting?
Mhm. Yeah. So yes, we do gift. We have a active research area where we do gift.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been doing gifting in this area now for almost 4 years now. And we've had some cool stuff. We found cool things there. We've had cool things happen to our stuff. So, a lot of people don't agree with gifting. We like to do it in this one area. We try not to use too much food, but they seem to like peanut butter.
Mhm.
So that's one thing we like to usually gift with. We'll leave them a Reese's peanut butter cup, or we'll leave a little jar of peanut butter or something for them. But we also leave toys. We leave trinkets out there because we want to pique their interest. Like, they're curious creatures, so, we'll leave sparkly crystals or blue marbles or stuffed animals or toys or maybe a little mirror, maybe some seashells. I mean, we just try different things to see what will happen, see how they react. So one of the things is, I forgot golf balls. Colored golf balls. So
Cool.
whenever we have put out, because they have those neon golf balls. They had like orange ones. They got bright neon yellow ones. They had pink ones. So they seem to like the colored ones, and they will take the golf balls and they will bury them in the ground. It's kind of like they stump on them. They'll be in the ground. All you'll see is the little bit of the color. So you have to use your fingers to pry it out of the ground. But it's as though they stump on them, because the ground's hard as a rock. Where we do our gifting at our particular area, swamp, it's very, very, very hard ground. So we'll have the balls on the ground. When we come back 3-4 weeks later, they're in the ground. They're pushed like they've been stepped on. Something heavy stepped on it, pushed it in the ground. So we're like, where are they? Where are they? And we'll find them. We've had like 3 or 4 of them like that. We've put out glow-in-the-dark rocks, and that are really cool because they really do glow at night. And we've had them taken or manipulated. One of the things is stuffed animals. Mm-hmm. We like to put out like a stuffed teddy bear or a stuffed monkey. And because we noticed when we first started doing this that the stuffed animal we first put out there was like a little teddy bear, but it had glassy plastic eyes, shiny eyes. And every single time we would shove this, stuffed animal facing out in the nook of a tree, a cypress tree. Every time we would come back, it would always be taken out and placed face down in the ground. Every single time. We did this for months. It did the exact same thing every single time. We would purposely put it, like squeeze it in the nook facing out, and it takes it out, puts it face down on the ground. And it also ripped off the tag on the stuffed animal, and they ripped the tag in half like it knew it didn't belong and left it on the ground. That's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
So, rip the tag. Do you know how hard it is to rip a tag off a stuffed animal? You can't. You usually have to cut it off, right? Mm-hmm. But then it proceeded to then rip the tag in half. So the past couple months, before we put out a stuffed animal that had embroidered eyes, don't even touch it. They don't even mess with it. Every single time we put a stuffed animal with plastic shiny eyes, which probably look realistic to them, right? Every time, those are the ones that they mess with. So the last time we checked our stuffed animal, it was gone. It was taken. It was moved about 50 feet away. One eye was ripped off. The other eye was starting to be ripped off, and they pulled some of the stuffing out of it.
Wow.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But the embroidered eyes, the stuffed animal with the embroidered eyes, well, doesn't even touch it. Doesn't even mess with it. But they don't like those plastic glassy eyes.
No.
Wow.
So that's a fun experiment that
Yeah.
we've been doing. We'll put out another one. It's like, okay, let's see what happens this time. This one, it's fascinating. It's all fun,
Another thing that
Why
would be
not,
kind of
right?
cool. Another
Yeah,
thing that
why
would be kind
not?
of cool is those squeaky dog toys, just to see if they would take those out and end up playing with them, and hear the squeak
Mhm.
in the middle of the woods. That would be kind of interesting. I think you said that, Natalie.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's what I did a couple times.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
a friend of
'cause
mine
you don't know
heard it.
what they're interested in.
Yeah. And then a friend of mine heard in the middle of the night, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, somebody likes it. I don't know who it is, but somebody likes that toy.
What about being gifted
It's
back?
all amazing. It's all fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you received any gifts back from them?
Well, yes, we have. But they're not, well, oh boy, this one was really weird. Like the other stuff wasn't weird enough. This is weird. So we're in a swamp, and in the swamp there are cypress knees, which are usually like 1 foot, 2 feet tall. It's part of the root system on a cypress tree. When there's so much water, the roots will start to grow up because they're trying to get oxygen, right? So they form these, look like daggers or whatever, sticking up out of the ground. Horrible to walk through. You hope to God you don't trip and fall and stab yourself, which happened to me. And so we're in the swamp. They're all around us in the gifting area. So Ruby's like, oh my God, check this out. Look over here. So probably 10 feet away from our gifting spot was a chicken eggshell sitting on top of a cypress knee.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
There is a chicken coop. There's a chicken coop about 150 feet away from our gifting area. So something took a chicken eggshell from all the way over there, carried it through the swamp, and set it on top of a cypress knee at our gifting area, 10 feet away from our gifting area.
So cool.
How did that happen? It ain't no raccoon. I'm sorry, a raccoon is not going to go all the way over there and bring a chicken eggshell all the way over here.
No.
It's just sitting on top. It was a half of an eggshell that was just boop, sitting right on top. It was the craziest thing. But the other things that we've encountered there is sticks shoved in the ground at a 45-degree angle. These sticks are like 8 to 10 feet long. They're next to each other. Mm-hmm. One after the other after the other.
Wow.
We've had like broken sticks or sticks, long cypress sticks that are forced between cypress knees in an arch, like a half a circle.
Wow.
Something took a tree branch and manipulated it and bent it in place using the cypress knees. So we have found structure stuff mostly, except for the eggshell, which was amazing.
Wow.
That is cool. That's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, just the fun things that they come up with. Oh, they might like this. An eggshell. That's kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah. And didn't you have something? I saw something over the weekend that you had under glass that was a gift. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
That I just received. So that one, huh?
No, go ahead.
Do you want me to talk about that one?
Tell us all about it. Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. So I wish I had it here. I don't have it with me. But I have a group member. He lived in Northern California. He was a Bigfoot researcher. He's done it for many, Sasquatch, many years. And he decided to leave California. He moved to Florida. He lives on the east coast of Florida. And so he has a house. He has a pool. He owns 2 or 3 German Shepherds or whatever. And so we've been talking back and forth and talking about Sasquatch and stuff like that. He sends me this picture like a month and a half ago. And I'm like, what am I looking at here? So the story is this is just so bizarre. It's hard to explain it. Like I said, he's got German Shepherds. He has a pool. So the dogs like to go in the pool. The dogs also have plastic balls that they play with. Well, those plastic balls keep appearing and disappearing. Appearing, disappearing. Appearing, disappearing. Like something is taking the balls for like a couple weeks, brings it back, and then it takes them again. And it's been doing this. He had one ball that was gone for well over 2 months, and it appeared right in the middle of his backyard where his pool was. So this has just been something that's continuously been going on with him. He's one of these guys that has a special connection with them. When he was in California, kind of like he saw them wherever he went. You've heard of people like that who just have this special connection with them. So, so one day, a month and a half ago, he goes to go into his backyard. And sitting on the ground right by the gate to his pool area is this cluster. It is, I wish if I could find a picture of it here. So when he cleans out his pool filter, it has dog hair in it. And he tosses the dog hair on the other side of his fence when he cleans out the filter, right? So something took some of that dog hair, wadded it up into a little ball, wrapped a piece of lemongrass around it, and shoved a leaf in it and left it on the ground by the gate to his pool area. It's
That's
3
weird.
inches long. It's this big.
Yeah, I saw it.
Wow.
It's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it took the dog hair and it folded it in half and it made a ball with it. And then it just proceeded to wrap it in the, the lemongrass.
Uh-huh.
And then shove a leaf into it.
Wow.
It's just bizarre.
So,
And I was like, I'm like, oh my God. I said, if I found something like this, I would just like, I wish I could find something like this. And he's
No
like,
kidding.
you want it?
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I want it. So,
Yeah.
so he mailed
Yeah.
it to me. He's like,
That's
I don't need
awesome.
that stuff anymore. He gave away all his Bast when he was in Northern California. You know, he was just like, I don't need proof. He just gave everything away. So now he comes here to Florida and he has that experience at his house on the east coast of Florida.
Oh my gosh.
And it's it was just mind-boggling. But yeah, he gave it to me. So now it's
cool.
part of my display at my
awesome.
booth.
Wow.
And I love telling people the story because it's something. It's isn't it crazy? Natalie?
Yeah,
crazy.
that is
It
nuts.
was really cool. We do have a question from Jason, whether or not do skunk apes or Bigfoot in Florida like jars of peanut butter creamy or crunchy?
I tend to use, I don't know. I mean, I've used both. I've had success with both.
Okay.
I don't think they discriminate whether it's crunchy or creamy like I would discriminate. I prefer creamy in case you want to know. But yeah, we've used both before. It doesn't matter.
I go with crunchy and
even Reese's peanut butter cup. I usually get the white ones, the white chocolate ones. Is what I usually like to use. They like those too, so it doesn't matter.
They come out with a new.
Put out a tomato once.
Yeah,
really, a tomato. They come out with a new Reese's peanut butter cup that is Oreo cookie filling. Yeah, it's fire. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for that.
What'd you say?
I said I'll take your word for that.
It's very good. Marie, this hour has gone by really quick. I wanted to get in before we wrap it up here in about 8 minutes. If you guys are in the Fort Myers area, I believe, correct? Head on down to Charlie's Beyond Belief Expo. You'll see Marie, Natalie, Mike, and MaryLynn. They're all presenting. It sounds like it's going to be a fantastic event.
It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah. Now, Natalie, I know you're going to be talking about portals.
Yeah.
Marie, do you know what you're going to be talking about, or can you give us a little sneak peek?
No, I have no idea. I usually just talk about us, how we started. Let's talk about how we started, how we talk about. Usually, I have like the team up there, So I'll probably have Mike up there, and so we feed off each other. But he'll talk about his sighting. I'll talk about Jennings probably. So we only have 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So not sure yet what I'm going to talk about. I'll just figure it out when we get there. It just depends on my mood, I guess. But I don't have a script or anything. But yeah, we talk about real experiences. We talk about our real experiences. So
yeah,
that's what we do.
That is awesome.
How about you, Natalie? What are you going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about the portals and orbs and all the things that are how they work with the paranormal, cryptids, and even aliens, and all the weird metal sounds in the forest that we hear, and how they're all connected.
I've had that happen too. I've heard those.
Yep.
I've heard metal bangs.
Yeah, it's so
in
weird.
the Green Swamp, which is really bizarre.
Wow.
I've heard them twice in the Green Swamp. Just clank. It's like, what the heck is that? There's no, not that I know of, tin cans laying around, and I don't know what that is, but I have heard it twice in the Green Swamp 2 different times.
Yeah.
So just the metal. One time we were out in another area of the Green Swamp, and we heard right next to us.
Oh.
And nothing was
there. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and we all heard it. And we're like,
meeting with you.
What the heck did that? Anytime.
And it's right there. And you know it's right there. And you
Yeah.
can't see anything. And you're freaking out like, what in the world?
Wow.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Well, this has been so
Oh, yeah.
amazing. Marie, thank you.
Yes.
This
Yes.
has been so
Thank
much
you.
fun. And I
Thank
know
you so
everybody
much.
in chat is like, this has been amazing. We love you. This has just been awesome.
Yes. So, make sure you go out and check out her YouTube channel. There's the link for that. It's in the chat, also in the show notes. You can check that out after the show as well, or check her out on Instagram. And there's a Facebook page. This is her website here. You pretty much have it covered as far as social media goes. So, just check her out. It's some awesome stuff. Yeah, Marie, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been, like we said in the beginning, I love this subject now all of a sudden, and I just can't wait to learn more and do more with it. And I will definitely be down there next year in when you guys have that event in the Everglades.
Well, I'm holding you to that.
Okay. Yeah,
absolutely. Come
That's
on
cool.
down.
All right.
Fresh bait.
We're not going to go that far. We're not going to talk that, but definitely be involved somehow down there. So, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Judging by the chat, looks like you guys did. Want to thank Kitty Cattywhack for the. Oops, I didn't put it on the screen. There it is for the super sticker. See, Natalie just got into this, and now I'm still learning. I'm maybe the wrong person to show her how to do this stuff. So thank you, Kitty, for that super chat, our super sticker. And don't forget, at 8 o'clock, we have our 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern. We have BMR with Barry Littleton on the show tonight. Him and Krista have Barry on there. So make sure you check them out in about 2 minutes. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Everybody, we'll see you. No show this Saturday night. We'll see you back here next Tuesday and next Wednesday. So remember, no shows on Saturday anymore. It's going to be Wednesday night at 8:30, from 8:30 to 10 right here, Paranormal Among Us. So everybody have a great night. We will see you next week, and we are